Fall is in the air. Man, it is nice and cool out this morning. And boy, what a dream I had last night. This was weird. Most of it was realistic. Some of it just didn't fit in. I dreamed I went to the grocery store. For me, that round trip, if I go in there, hurry up and get what I want and come back, 45 minutes, tops, maybe a little longer. Well, I did one of these trips to the grocery store. I think I needed eggs or something like that. Doesn't matter what I needed. I get back and I notice this shop behind me, if you can see it, don't know if you can see it, it's there, the green building. The door was open. I walk up to the door, and there's nothing in there. I had been cleaned out. I make my way into the cabin. Same thing there. Everything has been cleaned out. Big things, little things, anything of value. They even took my recliners and my love seat. How could they have done it this fast? I was only gone 45 minutes. But yep, it was gone. This was one of them dreams that seemed very real. And towards the end of the dream, I started thinking, well, maybe I better call the sheriff. And then I seen in my dream these flashing red and blue lights like a cop's cars, you know. And then I woke up. This was about 1:30 in the morning. What the hell triggered that dream? I don't know. But I woke up and I had to look out the window. Yep, everything was secure. But that ain't what this video is about. I just thought I'd share my dream. Now, I've made several videos in the past where I proclaim to be old. I ain't old. I'm only 59. I got a lot to do. In fact, I feel better now than I've felt in 20 years. I am more capable of doing things now that I couldn't do a year ago, 2 years ago. Now, about 3 years ago, I embarked on a big project here on my homestead of building this addition onto my cabin. And it was one of the hottest summers that I've had here since I've lived here in the last 13 years. And it was difficult. Between the heat and my physical limitations at the time, it was not fun. But I got it done. I believe I got it, well, I mean, it still ain't done, okay? There's still minor things to do. But I have been thinking, you know, all the years I've been here, and I've been at this cabin 11 years, I've been in Arkansas 13. I don't have anywhere good to put my woodworking tools. I don't have a shop, a place where I can go in any kind of weather and zip out a picture frame or do anything that requires woodworking. I have nowhere to do that. I've been putting things out outside, my saws, set them up on sawhorses, and I work outside. So, which limits me to the weather. If it's raining, I ain't working. If it's cold, I may not want to work. Cold don't usually bother me, but you know, the weather can change at any moment. Then you're rushing to put up tools and get them out of the rain and things like that. Well, I had been planning to buy a 16 by 40 building, maybe put it about right over there. I haven't really decided where yet. And that's a pretty big building to be hauling in here on a truck and moving around. Now, some of the places I would like it to be would be difficult. I would have to take down some trees, and you know, that's extra work when I could be working, when I could be doing things. Now, doing a 16 by 40 building one yourself, it's not very difficult. It just takes a little time, takes some effort and skill. You know, not major skills, minor skills. So I have decided I'm going to build one. And this way, I can put it back in there or over in here, anywhere I want. I'm going to put it on concrete piers, as low to the ground as I can get it, because it's not going to need any plumbing. I don't need to get underneath it. And it needs to be close enough where I don't have to run 6 miles of electrical wire, because it will be all electric. So, building this is not the subject of this video. What is the subject of the video is why we often proclaim we're just too old to do something, when in fact you're not. And in fact, doing stuff like that can get you in better shape, give you more confidence, and just it's good for you all around. So many people sit around and they're overweight and they're complaining that they're too old. Their knees hurt too bad, their hips hurt. Hey man, I was there. Okay, my hips, my knees, all that hurts. I changed my diet, found out, hey, I was the one jacking that up, not my body. I gave my body what it needed, and now I don't have inflammation, so I can do things now that I couldn't have done a couple of years ago, with ease, that is. Now, the one issue I do have that does make this difficult is I have like, what is it, eight different things wrong in my feet. If there's something that goes wrong can go wrong with your foot, I have it. What that does is makes it very difficult for me to get on a ladder. So I'm just going to buy scaffolding, use that where I can. It's not going to be that tall of a building. It's going to be the same size as this one. And if I'm going to build it, screw 16 by 40, I'm going to go 20, maybe 40, but I could just go 20 by 30. I'll have to map it all out, measure it all out, and see how big it is. But I want to be able to get in my table saws. I want to buy a lathe. I want to be able to move around a 4x8 sheet of plywood in there without hitting the ceiling, without hitting the walls. Have a big work table in the middle to do all this. And I'm going to do it myself. And I'm going to start work on this in the next few weeks. I think I'm going to go today or tomorrow and buy a cement mixer and a few other things I might need. And I'm going to get to work on getting the foundation, the footers poured. And I have priced these buildings, and they are, man, I'm looking at about $24,000. And I can build it for a lot less now. There was a time you couldn't, but now I can. And the nice thing is, all I have to do is get it dried in. I don't have to build it all at once. I just need to get it framed up, get a roof on it, get it dried in, and I can wait until the funds are there to do the rest. So that's what I'm going to do. So when we sit around and moan and complain that we're too old, we're wasting time. We could be doing something, and I'm guilty of this. A lot of people are guilty of this. I am not old. 59 I don't consider old. Although a man, if you live past 70, you're doing well. My dad, he just turned 79. My parents had us young, so he just turned 79 yesterday. So I'm like, maybe I got another 20 years. My dad didn't live the hard lifestyle like I did with the drinking, and he did smoke, but he quit in like a 1991 or something like that. But, with what I'm doing now with my health, I can easily live another 20, maybe 30 years. And I don't want to be spending those years sitting in a rocking chair, man. I want a shop where I can go out, piddle around, and make things. Maybe make a little extra income off things I make. Right now, I don't have a place to do that. This shop is full of laser engravers, and it's just not big enough to handle woodworking tools and do the things I want. And another reason is, I'm out of room. I got too much crap. I need to go through and get rid of some stuff. But you need a lot of tools to run a place like this. You need chainsaws, you need shovels and rakes and everything else, and that takes up space. I've got another shed over here that's full of lawn equipment and things like that, and extra tools that I don't use all the time. But I want a permanent structure I can set up and get that done. So what we're going to do is, in the next few weeks as I do this, I'm not filming it. I am not going to film this build at all. Some of you that have been on my channel for years know I used to do that. That slows a man down, and I ain't got time to be slowed down. And the views just aren't that great for things like that. At least they weren't on my channel. I get more views doing this, so what we'll do is, as it progresses, we'll go down there and I'll make these kind of videos in the skeleton of the building, and when the building, we'll make a few inside the building. Shouldn't take me long to get the floor and the walls and the roof on. So I have about 2 months of good weather, usually from about this time of year until maybe the second week of November. We don't see much rain here. It's very dry. Perfect time to build. The weather is perfect. It's not too hot, it's not too cold, cool mornings. So that's what I'm going to do. Now, October, if you've been with my channel a while, you know October, this will be the 3rd annual Dogtober. And what I do is I make a video on each channel every day, and then the last 2 years I gave 100% of my ad revenue, everything I made on YouTube, to the dog rescue. I'm not going to be able to do that this year, but the channel is much bigger. It makes more money. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do 2 videos every day in October on this channel. 2 videos, just like this. The afternoon video, all the revenue that those videos make, that will go to the rescue. So I'm going to need you to watch my videos, especially in Dogtober. It is a local rescue. 2 ladies run it. They are school teachers full-time. They have done this. They actually, when I left the rescue in town, they had pretty much taken over, and they've been doing it ever since. And dog rescue is something that is very hard to stay into, because you start hating people, because people are cruel to dogs. But they've done a wonderful job, and I want to get them a very good donation this year. I'm going to do this every year. Maybe I will be in a position next year where I can give them 100% of it. I just purchased a car, and I'm going to be building a building, so obviously I'm going to need funds to do that, but I'm still going to give them, I'm just going to work harder, okay? Instead of taking half of one video, I'm going to do a whole video extra. So I will work harder. It's not like these are extremely hard, to do. I sit down and I talk. But I would like to ask you guys to watch especially during October. The more we make on these videos, the more the rescue gets, and it is extremely expensive for them to, what they do is they get all these dogs that have been dumped. They house them. They have a series of fosters, and they house them there, and then once a month, once every 2 months, they load them up on a big trailer, an air-conditioned trailer, a heated trailer, and they take them up north to Minnesota, where they are screaming for dogs. Or it could be another northern state where they have good spay and neuter laws. They can't go to their local dog pound and find a dog because there aren't any. So that's what they do, and these dogs always get great homes. Millie had puppies when she first showed up here. She got pregnant soon after, and she was still so skittish I couldn't get near her. She dumped 6 puppies on me, and I raised them for, I think it was 8 months, 7, 8 months. And, it was a lot of work on me. And then they went up to Minnesota, and they all got good homes. One of them went to Florida. Yep. So it is a great cause, so I'm just asking you guys to watch during, October. That would mean a lot to me. I'll do this every year. So not much of a topic today, just I wanted to fill you in on what's going to go on next month. I want to fill you in on what I'm going to do. I have to walk around today. Here's the problem here, guys. There is not one spot, not one, on this land, except for where the cabin sits, that is flat. So it's going to have to go on piers, and the piers will be different heights to get it level. And building that way, I can put it pretty much anywhere. I kind of want it back in there a little bit where the other building is. But trees, there's trees everywhere. So I have to find a spot that's fairly close, where it ain't gonna cost me a fortune to run electric. I am gonna also switch over my house electric to 200 amp service. I currently only have 100 amp. It's not enough. I'm running too much stuff on it. That's a pretty easy fix. Might cost me a little bit, but I'm going to get that done. So I'm going to be busy for the next few months, and I'll keep you posted on what I do. So anyway, enough yakking. I hope the video is good. I've been scared to death of this new Sony camera, and I've got to start using it because it's too expensive to sit on a shelf. So I'm giving it another shot today. We'll see how it looks. Thanks for watching. Happy trails. I shut this dad burn thing off. Newfangled stuff, I tell you. Is that the button that turns it off?